Guess what's going on? Well, today we're gonna look at the Samsung Lions at KT Wiz for Sunday morning. Um, I, I think we've been in a decent run, so if you've been following me, don't go crazy because tomorrow being Sunday and all, there's a lot of variance. Sometimes teams will rest their players, and just full disclosure, on Sundays my handicapping is kind of like not that great. Not only with the KBO but with the MLB. For that reason, I won't be posting, and for the people that are following my MLB plays, I'll be back on Monday with those videos. But for some reason, on Sundays, I think the teams treat it as some sort of like an unofficial rest day, because you never know what players, coaches will be resting, or I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I've noticed that sometimes some teams or some players just, even though they're professionals, don't try as hard. But I think there's a lot of variance for games on Sundays. So I'll be back with the MLB picks on Monday. But let's get back to the KBO. Initially, I wanted to go with the Hanoi Eagles today, but right now that's a trap. The only spread that's available on Hard Rock, and like I said before, there's only really that I have available that offers KBO. But they have it at the run line at -2.5, which is a trap. So don't play that. And even if you think the Eagles are gonna win, this is a big ass trap. And obviously the money line of -220. I wouldn't play that. I mean, if you have access to a better sports book than me and get the Eagles a money line at -140, or I don't even get it any lower than that. I would play that if I could, but at -220, hell no. And Hard Rock knows, excuse me, knows that the Eagles are probably going to win. That's why the run line is so high, and they're trying to trap us with this plus 105 juice. So this is right now. This is a hard pass. We'll come back to this game later after we take a look at our play of the day, which is for the KT Wiz at Samsung Lions game. Right now, I am looking at the Samsung Lions, but let's just take a quick look at their past games. So far in the series, I believe the Lions have beaten KT Wiz twice already. So that June 27th, 4-3, and then 9-1 on the 26th. So yesterday was they won by a run, so it's a close game, and then on the 26th, that's like a really big point disparity. And I mean, not much more to say about that. KT Wiz, they dropped two in a row, both teams against the Lions, and then prior to the series, they won 12-7 against SSG Landers, but that's not saying much. If you've been paying attention, you know, I think they've like lost. SSG Landers have lost one, two, three in a row, and then there's that victory for Kitty Wiz, and then the loss before that. So that's like beating a second to last place team means nothing. So let's take a look at Kaushi. I know some of you guys may think this is like kind of the useless information, but I just like to look at Kaushi to see where the public is, and only because the market is so big. Like for those who don't know, Kaushi moves about 1 billion to $1.5 billion a day. So there's a lot of money moving on this site, as opposed to iMain Sportsbook, which um, Hard Rock for comparison moves like 35 to 45 million dollars a day. That's million, not billions. So that tells you where the money is. And so I find this information useful. Looks like the public is on the KT Wiz at 56%, and I think we're in a good spot to take the dog here at 44%. I mean, the books and the public doesn't agree with us, but that's fine. I think that's a perfect spot to exploit. Um, I don't think we really need to go into much. We could look at the starting pitchers. KT Wiz, going forward, just I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce their names because I'll just butcher it. But the KT Wiz pitcher ERA season ERA is 4.28. Win record is 6-4. At least he's over 500. Um, Lions season record is 5-0. That's awesome. Uh, ERA season ERA is 4.53, so maybe a little bit higher than this guy, but like maybe a smidge. So we'll call this even. And I think where we have our value is the Samsung Lions bullpen. I think KT Wiz's bullpen is running on fumes right now, and given that the Lions have home field advantage, I think they're gonna sweep the series, and it might not be a big victory tomorrow, but I think they're gonna pull it off. That's why if you were gonna follow my play, don't go crazy. I would just limit to like your regular unit bet. Like remember, guys, this is we've been on a great run this week, but this is gambling, so anything can happen. So the lock of the day is Samsung Lions. I'm gonna play the money line at -110. Um, but if you want to like hedge it and play it a little bit safer, nothing wrong with taking the run line at +1.5 for -140. So, but I think it's gonna be a close game. Um, Maybe the margin of victory will be like 1 run or two. So that's why I feel comfortable taking gambling a little bit and taking the +110 money line. Um, I'll be passing on this because -140 isn't that bad for the safety of the +1.5. So, but before I end this video, let's go back to the Hanwha Eagles. So tomorrow being Sunday, I'm not working, so I might be up and I get a play-by-play of this game if I can't find a live stream. What I want to do is um, do a live bet on this if in like the first 2 innings, uh, the Landers go up by like 1 run, which if they do, I can probably get the Hanwha Eagles money line at -140, and I will jump on that. I don't recommend following me on it. I mean, if you want to, you could, but this is really a gamble. But I think it would be worth a shot if I can get the a live bet. And don't, I mean, obviously we can't pre-bet this, but um, I think there's might be a little bit of a value in that, and I'm chasing a little bit. But if I can get a live bet for the Hanwha Eagles in the first or second inning, where they're behind by 1 run at -140 or lower, I will jump on that for maybe like 1 unit. Uh, all right, guys, that's about it. So I until Monday, I guess. Later.